Welcome to Essential Science Indicators, or ESI, a product of Thomson Reuters, soon to be Clarivate Analytics, so look for that change in both color and name. ESI helps you to identify the top researchers, papers, and research trends internationally. It has about 11,000 journals, and every journal is updated every 2 months. It mainly includes articles and reviews, and covers about 22 different research fields or disciplines, which you can see here in this left-hand column. When you first navigate into ESI, make sure to close this visualization. The map of the world is helpful to be able to hover over and see different trends in different countries, but we're just going to hide that for now and show the different search options within ESI. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the different types of results lists that you can generate. You can see that you can search by authors, institutions, journals, countries, research fronts, and research fields. And we'll get into the differences between those in just a bit. The first thing that we're going to do is take a look at how your display is arranged. You have the research fields here, the total number of documents within each field, total number of citations and average cites per paper, and then the number of top papers. What is a top paper? Well, you'll see that the results can be broken down into 3 categories. Top papers are the combination of highly cited and hot papers. Highly cited papers are papers that have been cited within the top 1% of all publications indexed within the Thomson Reuters universe. And with highly cited papers, that's within the last 10 years. Hot papers, it's the same idea, but within the last 2 years. So if you want to look for something that's really trending in the past couple of years, that's what you want to look at is hot papers. So the first thing that we're going to look for is how to actually find something within a research field. So we have our results list set to research field, and we're going to add a filter. And we're simply going to add another research field. So let's do biology and biochemistry. Once we add biology and biochemistry, we can see that there's 7,224 top papers here. So we can click on this blue bar, and this will generate a list. Here's the list of the top papers within biology and biochemistry. And you can see the first one has been cited almost 8,000 times, and it was published in 2009. Now from here, you can look at some of your results, or you can also add another filter. So for example, let's say we wanted to look for a specific journal. So we could add journals and then search for, say, cytotherapy. We would then see that there are 8 results from cytotherapy, with the top one being 4,518 times cited. You'll also notice here, the second one actually is included as part of a research front, which we'll take a look at in just a bit. So this is one way to find some of the most highly cited papers within a particular research field. Let's go back to our main page by clicking on Indicators. Now what we're going to do is a very similar search, but this time we're going to look at hot papers. So again, we're going to limit our results list to research fields, add a filter, research fields, and this time let's take a look at microbiology. So now we can see that there are 1,953 top papers within microbiology. But let's say we want to change that to hot papers. And you see that goes down to 40 because we're working with a much smaller window of time. So let's take a look at those 40 papers. Each one of these microbiology papers was published within the last 2 years. So these are ones that have a lot of citations within a shorter amount of time. And you'll notice that they each have this little icon here indicating that it's an ESI hot paper. So if you're looking for something that's more recent, that's been trending, you want to try and find something that's new, this might be the best way to look for something, is to look at the hot papers. Finally, let's click on Indicators and go back to the main page. What we're going to look at now are research fronts. So in this case, we're going to change our results list to research fronts. And this gives us a different display. Research fronts are great for finding groups of publications from different disciplines that are looking at the same scientific concepts, but they're seeing connections between different types of publications and locating emerging trends within a certain field. So for example, while we're in research fronts, we can add a filter and we can choose a different research field. And say we want to look for emerging research fronts in immunology. Once the results come up, we can see that each research front is a combination of keywords. And these are highly sought keywords, highly searched keywords, keywords that come up in emerging trends. And you'll see the highly cited papers that are attached to these different types of research fronts. You'll also notice the mean year of publication, so the average year that it's been published. So if you wanted to see the 36 highly cited papers on this mixed lineage kinase domain-like protein MLKL, you could click on the 36 bar, and this would show you all the highly cited papers within this particular research front. If you have any further questions, feel free to email us or give us a call at Cole's Library.